is it going, people? No words.
That's not even a question, man. Everyone knows how it's going, man. There's only just one way to go.
No words.
Exactly.
No words.
No words.
Let's observe a moment's silence for Pep Guardiola and all the people who ride the EPL wave of, superiority, or what do they call themselves? The world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would call it the most entitled league in the world, at this stage, because no matter how good they play, I don't think they have the spine that we do, right?
Definitely. No one does, man.
I agree.
No one does, man.
That is the basic thing. But we are back again, Doris, Farouk. Before we try to break down what the fuck just happened, were you guys happy with the lineup?
Well,
Doris gone.
yes, I was, especially that Nacho played. Not that I was excited that he played, but he did what a job he did instead of Alaba. What a job that man did. The entire game he was solid. Our defense wasn't great. We can all agree on that, but they did a job tonight, especially Nacho. I'm really proud of him tonight.
Yeah, if anything, it was Militao who were on the ropes for I don't know, God knows. There was a period in the game, I think somewhere in the first half, I think the middle of the first half, where for 10 minutes I thought Militao is someone who has never played professional football in his life. Like he didn't know why am I here? Why am I trying to press this guy? What should I go back? Should I go sideways?
Yeah.
He was just uncertain. Farouk, your take, man.
For me, actually, to be honest, that was what I expected. Actually, the only the thing was having either Rodrygo or having a one less midfielder or something like that. So I was just also hoping we can just play with the 4 midfielders, and as time goes on, when City press and they get tired, we can just bring on Rodrygo to stretch the defense a bit more. And for the lineup, it was just greatly. If you had asked me yesterday, most likely I was giving you the same lineup actually. So for me, it was just what it is.
Yeah, for me as well, man. Starting Rodrygo would have been a bad idea. We all knew how good he's off the bench.
Yeah.
Opposed to when he starts. Not that he's bad when he starts. He's so much more effective when he comes on. But that wasn't in the script, yeah. That was nowhere in the script. That's something that only came into play for the last 6 minutes of added time. If you can actually believe it or not, because if you try to explain this game to a neutral, right, who has only fleetingly known about Champions League football and what people with the ball in Europe, someone watching that would think this is shambolic, because there's no way two big teams of this stature completely flip their roles inside the last 6 minutes when it's basically down to schoolboy defending and running the clock down, man. But first half, Doris, the way we began, we had a few chances. I think we could call them guilted chances, but they were still chances, and I thought they would come to bite us back, eventually.
Benzema missed 3 chances, really good chances, which was really unexpected from him. And Vinicius had it was a clear goal, and he missed. He did it. He did it in one game before. I think it was against Chelsea. He used his left leg, the inside of his leg instead of his laces. He should have just shot it straight into the goal, but he
tried to fight for that reason.
Yeah. He miscontrolled that ball, and it could have been a goal. That was a straight up goal.
Yeah.
Other than that, we had some chances. I wasn't expecting us to start that well, but we started really well. We really gave them a game.
Yeah.
But throughout the game, in the second half, the goal killed us. When they scored on us, I thought it was done. There's nothing you can do. the entire game was left, right, left, right, left, right. And at that point, I thought it was done. But Rodrygo, man, again, what a guy,
Absolutely.
man. And you said that it wasn't in the script. I disagree with that because this is the third time that we've finished our game 3-1.
Notice, notice
What the,
I should stress that only
I
if
know,
you
I know,
say
I know,
only if you
I
say so,
know what
it'll
you
come out
meant.
be
I'm
true.
just kidding.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to reverse jinx since the start of the season. If you have not been following,
Hear you.
no. I just meant I was doing the reverse jinx. Trying
Oh,
to say it wouldn't happen, but it eventually happened.
oh,
Yeah,
oh.
basically.
But yeah, on Reddit, people are saying that
Mm.
someone is writing the script and it's always the same. It always happens every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Farooq, your take, man.
Yeah,
Benzema's chance.
man. Actually, in the first half, I actually expected, because it was the same template in the Paris game, if you could remember, like for the first 20 minutes, like we were just on it and we just pushing up the field, trying to recover the ball,
Yeah.
And to be honest, I just feel like we played with this midfield, and we've always complained about lack of mobility, lack of pressure, and what is not. And like we're here literally against, like the best team in the world, and like we were like playing, matching them toe to toe, like
Yeah.
fighting for the second balls and what is not, And to be honest, I felt like for me actually, I was content with the first half, although like it was a goalless. I was really content, because like I was like,
Even
yeah, I was like, okay, this is
I wasn't
something.
ranting with the group, like yeah.
You were like, okay, this is something, like you could see, like as you said, obviously, like we had the bit of the issue with the defensive issues with the Militao, but I think this is just part and part of the parcel of our defense. Actually, we always have one person playing good and one person just being a bit of shit and garbage, And I just thought, to be honest, like, and today also reiterated the importance of Casemiro. Actually, in the first half, you could see that like he was, again, he has this thing of not getting yellow cards. I don't know how that never happens,
I just don't know,
That's
man.
true.
Maybe he, before the game, he buys the refs kids sweets. I don't know. Maybe it's that simple. You never know. It could be something that rudimentary. But yeah, man, Casemiro's return to the team was such a plus. Like if you notice, especially last week away at the Etihad, there were so many gaping holes in the midfield.
Yeah, sure.
There were runners and there were nobody tracking it.
Yeah.
Right, like they could just have the freedom of the pitch to move into. And his inclusion back into the side, man, he's so criminally underrated. And I'm so bewildered at the fact that there were rumors linking him to a move away, like for like 50 million or something, floating around a couple of days ago. It's mad. Like who does that, bro? Like is it to light a fire up on his ass to perform better or something? Like is it something Perez is doing? I have no idea, because this man needs to stay. Just like Kroos and Modric, like I was slandering them all throughout the start of the season, having zero faith. But another humble pie, bro. Like I can eat all day, like I would take another one come 27th May,
definitely, man, definitely
against Liverpool. And the funny fact is, like just to deviate, Liverpool is the only team that has beaten us in a Champions League final. I mean, the last team to do so in the last 30 years, I mean, in 1981. And it was a final in Paris as well. So it's going to be mad. The odds again. All the British pundits out there, bro. Yeah, heads up.
Actually, I think now, it's now about time that people actually start to, like, because, for example, there was this, I was watching actually with Turkish commentary today, and like the commentator was like, he was saying like, what is Real Madrid? Like he was like, how do they keep doing this? Like, how does this keep happening? He was like, it now becomes a point where you have to question, okay, like what is Real Madrid as a whole? Not who is Real Madrid, but rather what is Real Madrid? Like, what's this like that they're doing? And then he also used this term that I actually really love. He said like, Real Madrid's season so far has just been, it's like a bully taking candy away from a spoiled child. So you have a spoiled kid and he has a sugar in his hand, and then you have a bully on the other hand. He just takes away the kid from the spoiled child, and like the kid can't do anything about that. So that was just, it was just like that. Like you just keep wondering, like, how do they keep doing this? And actually, you asked something before we actually start recording. You're like, were you guys expecting this? to be honest, like I wasn't expecting that. But once the first Rodrygo goal went in, I was like, okay, maybe some, because after that they gave 6 minutes, right? And I was like, okay, okay, 6 minutes is a lot. 6 minutes, because I was just like, okay, if we can score one, I believe we can get the second one.
And I'm the pessimist among us. Like I was still, dead. I couldn't.
Really, I just felt if we could be, actually before the first goal, before we equalized, I actually wasn't very optimistic, to be honest. But after we got the first goal, I really, really was like, yeah, we could do this. And to be honest, let's give credit to it. To be honest, like if you could actually just remember, just immediately after the kickoff of the second half, there was this move we made where City wanted just to press high, and it was Carvajal to Vinicius, and I think, as Doris pointed out, like he missed a blank net.
Yeah.
And then exactly. So I just want to, here pinpoints to Dani Carvajal. Like today, he was immense, both going forward and coming backwards. He was immense today, to be honest. Like he literally, pocketed, either it was Gabriel Jesus or Phil Foden or later Jack Grealish as well. He literally pocketed them up, all three, man. Like it was really good, and he gave Cancelo a torrid time also going forward, and later Zinchenko as well. He really did well, man. And also one person I would also like to point out is, Edu Camavinga, because I know everyone will go to Rodrygo and all that, but to be honest,
let's get into the Camavinga stuff in the second half. Let him come on. He hasn't come on yet. We were still at halftime. Vinicius is missing the sitter, and like that's all happening. And I see Walker struggling a bit. How immense was he tonight?
Definitely,
like Vinicius was completely in his pocket. Like even though Vinicius had some glimmer of hope, sometimes he just broke through, or just his pure determination found a way through. But even then, he had tabs on him all night, and I was so hoping that he would walk off immediately after he just signaled to the bench. But he again carried on.
Exactly.
So he knew if he goes off, it's game over. He knew deep down, if he goes off, like I don't think Cancelo can deal with this guy, any better than I did. So I think that was another monumental turning point in this tie. Like from then on, I think we had some sort of a control. Fernandinho came in. He was bought in as some sort of a shithouse merchant, but again, he falls short. He falls flat on his face. He tried riling up his country mates. He tried riling up Militao, Rodrygo. He said something to Vinicius. Towards the football.
Yeah.
So all that dark arts, mate. No chance at the Bernabeu, unfortunately. But yeah, man, moving on to Camavinga, the way how the game flips again when this kid comes on. Can you just retract back on your verdict at the beginning of the season, Farouk?
Actually, actually, I think the thing is this: there is a misconception here which has been created, which I think is wrong. I actually didn't say
it's fabricated.
So the point is that I just said that he needs to show me that he can do shit. So the point is this now. As I said earlier, like I started Valverde for this game because he showed me that he can handle it when shit gets going. He can handle it. You understand? Yeah. The point now is that we've seen with Edu Camavinga for the past couple of games as well. Like in the pressure cooker games, he's shown that I can do this. So now I can start to believe that okay, yes, Camavinga can get shit done. And the point is that he removed all the three Cruz, Modric, and Casemiro. And actually, to be honest, I actually was okay with removing them all. To be honest with you, I was okay with.
I wasn't. I was scared for my life
because the point is, at that point we're like already down. What's the point? Like you just have to go all for it. It's all or nothing. You understand? So the point is just that. So I was really okay with that. And to be honest, like props to Camavinga, man. The guy is really showing that he has the goods, man. He has the ammunition.
19 years old, eh? 19 years old. I want to just emphasize on that.
Man, the point is age is just a number, man. As long as he's on the pitch, it means he can get a job done, man.
I wish I had a time travel machine and just go back and see how you were at 19, Farouk. But yeah, let's set about it.
The point is, if you're being offered a contract at 19, man, it means you can do it, man. That's the point. It doesn't mean age is just a number.
It's not about pure talent. You know this. There are so many. There's so many intangibles in football, in tight games, where your nerves can get the better of you. You have seen it all throughout history.
Definitely.
I just want to come to you, man. Taking off KCM, the amount of balance and trust they provide with the people around them, how they dictate the tempo. Were you afraid that we would lose the foothold in the game completely when they were taken off?
Um, yes, but I had hope, and exactly in the man Camavinga, exactly in them, because for the first Rodrygo goal, he ran the entire pitch, passed to Benzema, and Benzema passed to Rodrygo. Like, what? Who does that? He ran the entire pitch, and that wasn't the only time he did that. Valverde was amazing. He pull up the stats for how much he ran this game. Even the Croatian commentator was commenting on the entire game, like what a man, how much he ran this game. So him and Camavinga did the job, especially Camavinga, because he was basically the midfield in the second half and in the extra time. He was the midfield.
He was the only guy trying to link.
Yeah, he was the midfield. One man.
It's crazy, bro. It doesn't even work in FIFA. It works in the highest profile game, I think, in recent memory. In the Champions League semi-finals, I've no idea. Nobody can fucking explain this shit. Nobody ever can. Like the moment City scores, and that's a pivotal moment, all these guys who are on their fences, Real Madrid home, they still have a chance. When that goal goes in, the entire mood changes. Bernabeu is quiet. They don't know. They're shocked.
Yeah.
Courtois is beaten again at the near post. He has been one of our most consistent saviors all throughout the season, and he gets beaten near post. It doesn't happen often.
But he saved like 10 shots before that were clear goals. So many. It just happens. It's just luck in the end.
Totally. He got beaten near post even last week against So it's just pressure, I totally get it. But that completely took my confidence off. I was shocked, I just couldn't.
Actually, there was this point in the game actually that brought a bit of confidence back to me. There was the goal line clearance from Mendy.
Of course.
Actually, I feel like, okay, if this happens, then here we go again. Shit's about to happen. To be honest, actually, I wasn't totally confident, but actually seeing that goal line clearance kind of gave me shit can just happen, And actually, speaking to the point about KCM, actually, what I felt was, why I actually was happy with that is that, KCM tries to bring control to the game, dictate the tempo with Cruz, you understand? But bringing on, just leaving the midfield of Valverde and Camavinga, it's just about giving chaos, just bringing on the chaos, you understand? And that's what we needed at that point in time. We don't need the control no more. We just need to let go, let loose, let the dogs run wild, man. Let it just be a goose chase all over the pitch, So something like that. So that's why I feel bringing on that chaos actually was quite important, actually, to be honest, in my opinion.
Hindsight is always nice, man. But if it have gone the other way, plenty of people would have questioned the decision. It was a big decision. Again, put some respect on this guy, man. The guy who is as cool as he is, Don Carlo, the amount of shithouser he has seen over his entire career. This has to be up there again with the La Decima, winner. This has to be up there. This has to be up there with one of the greatest ever comebacks to have, ever done.
Do you think he will retire after this season? He mentioned it briefly.
I don't think so. He gets the fattest paycheck in Europe. One of the fattest paychecks in Europe. I don't think he has to retire.
Actually, he was more about his Madrid's job is gonna be his last job. So as long as Madrid keeps him in the position, he's gonna just keep working. So yeah, I think he wouldn't retire this season because I think by getting to the final, he's at least earned himself even just by winning the league, I think he's earned himself at least 1 year more. Although I would disagree with that, but that's a topic for another time.
Would you disagree with that?
Yeah, I would disagree with that. Yeah.
Now it's not the time, bro. Now it's not.
That's why I told you it's a topic for another time, man. That's just the thing.
So you're still not convinced, eh? So if he wins the Champions League, then what? You still want him out?
So the point is, okay. So the thing is that he's earned himself one more. He's earned himself the time, right? So I can agree with that. What I mean is that is he the person to lead us into the future? I don't think so. Like, we have a lot of exciting talent coming through.
I just want to think about now. Now it's all about now for now.
Yeah, that's just it, man. For now, for now he has a revenge against Liverpool, man. Like, it's from the final in Istanbul, man. So yeah, he's looking to get a revenge on that,
flowers, man. Bro. Like, he has been, I don't know, bro. Like, if he managed to borrow Zidane's potion or something, but this guy, the decisions he has made, I was screaming at the TV. It was 69. It was 70 odd minutes at the clock. I was thinking, where is Camavinga? Where is Rodrygo? Because we need freshness. We were lacking ideas. Valverde was looking tanked. Like, he was up and down all through that right flank, for the entire 70 minutes. I was thinking, where is he? But he had other plans, He himself saw that the further we delay Rodrygo's the more space he gets, eventually. So again, man, who wants to go first on Rodrygo? We need to give him a good 3 minutes, because, man, who wants to go first?
I guess we don't call him Mr. Champions League for nothing, man. Man,
absolutely.
Like really, to be honest, like the I think we discussed it the last time as well. Like, his positioning in the penalty box is just, like, phenomenal. I think we discussed this also, like, in the game against Chelsea, where he actually recognizes the fact that the center forward has moved out and a space is being created centrally. The ability to drift into that space, it takes a lot of football intelligence to know that, and then Benzema's awareness to bring the ball back and into his position. And then for the second goal, man, like, that header was a treasure, to be honest. He's
already up in the air. Okay, so he doesn't know if the ball is gonna be directly in front of him, behind him, below him, above him. He's already in the air. He has already anticipated that Asensio is not getting there. He's gonna directly meet the ball without Asensio's intervention. But Asensio actually gets the head on the ball. Exactly. There's a slight contact.
He clipped it, yeah.
Then it comes to Rodrygo. Yeah. Man, this kid, bro, like, I have no words. I got to raise my hand myself and repeat again that although Vinicius is the more explosive, is the more
exciting player,
talent, this guy, his composure, his level-headedness in moments like these. Doris, do you think, again, I'm gonna ask this question again for the second week running, is Rodrygo underrated?
Yes, he is. I underrated him. I did. Like, I mean, I think it was for a reason, because most of this season he wasn't like this good. We can all agree on that. And if you told me like 2 months ago that this guy would score 3 goals in the semifinal, I would not believe you. I would say you're lying. If only Vinicius had Rodrygo's finishing, or Rodrygo had the speed of Vinicius, that would be another Ronaldo or Messi. Like, honestly, like, if we could combine those two in the future, they're gonna be lethal.
So you're looking for people out there to clone them together, or is that something?
If only that was possible. I would pay for it myself. I think Perez would pay for it too.
Yeah, for all the listeners out there, Doris is ready to start a GoFundMe, for this. Yeah.
Right.
It's definitely something we should explore. Yeah, go on.
A player like that already exists, and it's Mbappe, and I hope we get him next year. But that's a different topic.
That's a different topic. Yeah, man, Rodrygo, again, coming clutch. He has done this a fair few times, and after the fact that his like, the moment I saw him come on, I noticed his expression on his face. He was hungry, bro. Like, he was like, I wasn't named in the starting 11. I have a point to prove. Again, like, no matter how many times I get doubted, if I can hold down the right wing, I just have to prove myself again. And for the large part, for the first 10 minutes of his introduction, he was always behind the play. I felt like people were desperately trying to release him down the right to beat the offside trap and whatnot. But like, he was just getting caught up in the defensive duty along with Carvajal, who had so much to handle again. Also, I like, since we mentioned Rodrygo, how off the pace do you think Benzema was tonight, especially in the vein of form he has been as of late? Is it like I mentioned in the chat? Okay, once I saw the T4, I was like, this is not good, bro. Okay, he's your fucking captain, right? He's playing right there. He's not someone who retired. You're not paying tribute to someone else. You can't have his face on a T4 on a night like this. I thought that was what jinxed it. But yeah, give me your take. Farooq, go on.
Yeah, man, to be honest, I don't believe in the jinxing that much. So that's actually, I wouldn't, yeah, I just feel like, you know, if you feel confident enough, whatever works for you, man. That's just it, man.
I don't know. Anyway, so you don't think, Doris, what do you feel?
I believe in jinxes. I really do. So I have my own routine before the game, so everything goes smoothly. But not necessarily the Tifo. I think it like increased the pressure, but he's been on it for a while now, especially with the performances he's put lately. You expect that from him, you know. But I'm not gonna say that he had a bad game. He just didn't have a game like he used to have in the last few matches.
He had a few half chances that usually these
he would put in, he wouldn't miss that.
Yeah, he miscontrolled a couple of good balls, so yeah, like it was unexpected. But all throughout the season, this man has carried this crest, right? All throughout the season. And this was the perfect opportunity for all the people around him to pay him back. And boy, did they do it. I don't know how they did it, but did they do it? All this talk of inexperience, all this young blood, you know, unknown quantities, have they actually proven themselves in Europe? People like Vinicius, people like Mendy, you know, how much people questioned their competence over the course of the season. Nobody gave us a chance, you know. Nobody in their right mind ever gave us a chance against PSG, against Chelsea, against City. People said Bernabeu is a long a night at Bernabeu is a long 90 minutes and whatnot. But for City, no chance. They'll actually put them to bed in the first half. That's what I heard, you know. But take me through it, guys. We managed to draw it 2-2, and Rodrygo has had another chance to actually maybe put us through, you know.
It was a great save by Ederson. But it was unfortunately it was straight into him. So, but if it was like 1 millimeter to each side, he would have gotten a hat trick. And even the commentator was commenting on that. Like in the span of like 3 minutes, Rodrygo almost had a hat trick.
That was how mental he was.
3 minutes.
3 minutes, you know, Champions League second leg, injury time. But since you mentioned Ederson, I want to just ask you guys, if you guys noticed before taking the penalty, you know, he was like there was almost like a Western face-off between Ederson and Benzema. He was like, yo, bro, do you have what it takes, bro?
Mind games.
You had the balls to put a Penenka on me last week. Go ahead and do it. I think that's what he told, you know, Benzema. And again, I think he follows rituals just like Doris and me. Because before he took the penalty, he was looking to the left side, you know, looking away. And all the time, Ederson was in his face. He was looking at the night sky, you know. I don't want to make eye contact with this gaffer, you know. I would just, you know, wait for my time. And were you actually confident that he was going to put it away? Doris?
Yes, I mean there's always a little chance that he wasn't, but when the referee whistled for the penalty, I was already celebrating. We scored, we won, we're in the final. But I mean, it's Benzema. I know he missed like 3 out of 4 in the last few matches, but he's not gonna miss in the semifinal. There's no way. The only way that could happen is if if Ederson like made an incredible save, but no way. He put that he shot that straight into goal. There was no way he would have saved it.
Bottom right corner, placed it.
He knew what he was doing. I'm here to score, you know.
Into a zone that Ederson had no chance. Ederson was
Yeah.
almost in half mind. He was almost caught in his own mind games. He tried to be the orchestrator of the fucking mind game, but he was like, oh wait, so I intimidated him. Now is he gonna fucking chip it, or is he gonna actually place it? Almost that, you know, once Benzema puts the shot away, he's in mid fall. He doesn't know whether he has to stay or dive.
Yeah.
Insane. Absolutely insane. I've seen so much in my life, and this tie, man, this tie just amazes me again. And after that, what time do you guys recall? Because I can't remember. Do you guys recall at, like around what time we scored?
I think it was a 95th
minute 95.
Yeah, 95th minute. Yeah.
95. So it wasn't even 100 on the clock.
No,
Yeah?
it wasn't. It wasn't.
Including all the fucking stoppage that's left, right?
Yeah.
I have to actually, you know, confess. I saw my fucking life flash in front of my eyes at least 200 times because I couldn't breathe. I couldn't look at the TV. I couldn't look at the clock. I told myself subconsciously, I gotta stop fucking looking at the clock because the clock is not gonna run down. People are going down. Eda Militao was going down all throughout the latter stages. He was trying his best to stay on and whatnot. So I was pretty sure there was gonna be added time. And that chance that Fernandinho had, oh my God, in injury time of the first half of the extra time.
No.
How big of a save was that?
Courtois saved it with like the tip of his fingers, but he was like 1 millisecond too far, because that would have been a goal. He clipped the ball, but it went like right next to the post. But on TV, I thought that was a goal, and I almost started crying.
Exactly, yeah.
Almost, man.
Yeah.
I thought that was a goal, but I saw no one was celebrating, but Courtois, so I figured he must have saved it.
Yeah, because like actually I was motionless after like the Benzema penalty thing. So like when the Fernandinho thing came, actually from also my view, like from the what we saw from the cameras, I saw it actually seemed like it was a goal. Actually, I just stood up. Actually, I just like it was just like a reflex reaction. I just stood up, and then eventually I saw like it wasn't
any kind of contact. Maybe I don't know if everything fell into place mid fall. If he could have just blown, you know, with his mouth, maybe it would have just sneaked in near post. It was that gaping, right? Like any contact, any sort of a contact is a goal.
Definitely.
And if that goal goes in, the momentum is with Manchester City because Benzema's off the pitch. Can you imagine? Because I never thought someone could do that. Again, props to Carlo, man. Like, I don't know if I would ever have the balls to be in that situation and take off the only striker, the only guy who can actually potentially score. You know, Rodrygo, he did his job, but you can't take off your main striker. I know he was struggling, like he was gasping for air towards the end of it. But again, man, like, did you guys get into the conservative mode again since Benzema went off and Militao is on the floor? Vallejo is warming up. Vallejo, bro, like Jesus Vallejo to see out the final 15 minutes.
Actually, I was actually quite skeptical about that as well. You're right, to be honest. I felt like, but on the other hand, I felt like, you know, like you just want to keep Benzema as fresh as possible. So it was just like, actually, it was just more like was showing the guys, okay, I trust you guys. Like there's no like Benzema dependency or something like that. Yeah. So I think that was also that. And also on the other hand, actually, like I actually just felt, you know, because Carvajal had a yellow card. So I was thinking like, and it's just now because, you know, City just became like Stoke City and they're just launching balls into the box, left, right, middle, you know. So I was just like, you know, being scared, like, you know, and with Jack Grealish, you know, like Jack Grealish is a foul merchant, you know, like these British guys and their simulations, man, really, wow. So I was just, you know, kind of scared like Jack Grealish would, you know, cause him to get a second yellow card. And we might still see the game out with 10 people, but then if he misses the final, they're like, we're in garbage. So I was actually wondering maybe he was going to take out Carvajal, but to be honest, like Carvajal put in like a faultless performance today, and I think that's the best it's been in a while from Carvajal. Like both ways, defending, offensive, you know, it was just a masterclass from Carvajal today.
The fucking irony, since you mentioned Farouk, the fucking irony, right? The best team in Europe, they play the most intricate, the most fluid, the most dynamic football, which can unlock any defense. Oh my God, they play without a fucking striker, like they alternate between all those positions. It's more than total football. People actually have the nerve to hail this as a better Guardiola team than his Barca side. The English bias comes into it, obviously. Not everyone would say that. But hearing stuff like that makes this even more fucking satisfying, because a team of this caliber, a team who is known to play such expansive, extraordinary football, they have to fucking launch it to have a chance. They have to fucking launch it to have a chance. And this guy's cockiness, man. Again, Guardiola, bro, the all-knowing, the bald magician. He had the audacity to write off the game and think that, oh my God, see, this is easy. Like, who is Real Madrid? I've faced him. I've faced them as a player. I've done that as a manager. I'm gonna. Oh, Farouk,
We good?
you muted Farouk.
What happened? I couldn't get something happened actually.
You
The recording
froze them. The recording.
No, recording didn't stop. It continued recording. It's still recording actually.
Okay.
Really? Because you think it'll be fine, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, fair. Yeah, I just completely lost track. That was just The more you downplay it, right, it's better for us, bro. That's what I think. Like if you want to go into subs, Sabayos, how good was he in shoring up the midfield again?
Yeah, I think because of the chaos that has been brought, with them, as you guys said, like just literally having just a one-man midfield with Camavinga and Rodrygo taking turns. I think Ceballos was there to bring in control as well. So I think I think he was there just for a very short period of time to actually make a lasting impact that we could actually discuss on. But he's just come on and he's just done. He's just another body in there to get the job done. Yeah, so that's just it.
Yeah. There was another moment where I saw him lifting the crowd. I mean, these guys have grown tremendously, right, Doris, over the course of the season. These people would have never been mentioned even anywhere near the bench like last September. How crucial a role do you think they played?
Especially because Ceballos was injured for a long time, and after he came on like a few months ago, I didn't really see like the potential of him being this important for us.
Mm-hmm.
And I never saw him like playing in the semifinal like this. Even the game against Sevilla, I think he bossed that game. And was it Sevilla? I'm not sure, because even with this game, he's not that amazing offensively, but defensively he does the job. He really he puts like all his work into defending balls, running the entire time. He doesn't really pass that much like forward, but we need him in the defense. And tonight we had two defensive midfielders in the extra time and after like 70 minutes. And just before you said about Guardiola, how cocky he was, he was celebrating in the 70 something or 80 something minutes. Like he was actually celebrating like he won the game. You're I mean, I don't understand it. You're in the semifinal in Madrid in their home stadium, and you're celebrating in the 70th or 80th minute. Like that was a jinx. That was a jinx. you don't celebrate before you win the game,
Yeah, actually, and actually,
especially
I
not
also,
against
yeah, exactly.
Madrid.
I feel that like, someone of Guardiola's, caliber with what he knows about Madrid, I felt like he actually celebrated prematurely. And,
Yeah,
also I feel like, bringing on Fernandinho as well was just a show that, okay, yeah, we've got this, and we're just gonna, bring on some shithousery and, just I don't know, see off the game or whatever it has to, whatever you can call it. So I just felt, that was, and, bringing on Jack Grealish as well, because to be honest, I felt he just brought on Jack Grealish to just, slow down the game. And because, as I said earlier, like Grealish is just a foul merchant, nothing more. Like he can win fouls, and that's the only thing he can offer. So, that's just, those were the two things like they just brought those guys to do. And really, the way he was celebrating with the Mahrezes and all that. So he was actually, yeah, kind of ought to see that as well. And yeah, he just
The
got,
hype, eh? It is a hype. Once you have a headband on your hair and you get signed by Gucci, I tend to think, once his headband is on, his hair is all slicked back down. He can just pull off a masterclass just like that. The all I've watched my fair share of Jack Grealish, but boy, he's a luxury player. He's not a system
100
player
million, 100
or a
million
player
for
that
him.
can or a player that can influence or completely turn a game, unless he is the sole focal point of an attack, just like he was at Aston Villa. But yeah, man, all these hype merchants, I hope you rest easy tonight, because again, Real Madrid have actually given all of you a lesson that the more you discount us, the more you downplay us, it's at your own fucking peril, mate. You know,
The
it's
players
at your
feed
own
on
peril.
that, especially Karim.
Absolutely.
He feeds on
Mm.
comments like that.
Mm.
You can see that in every interview of his. He
Mm.
just waits for negative comments be, before the match.
Mm.
It gives him energy, gives him power.
The way the game kicked off was good and whatnot. Just a small footnote. Yeah, it was like we tried to get off early off the blocks and whatnot, but there was a lull somewhere in the first half where nothing was going our way. We were
yeah.
getting chances, we were fluffing it. There was two brilliant Vinicius chances that he couldn't sort his feet out in time.
Yeah.
And whatnot. I was just thinking, oh my god, these guys must have celebrated like madmen 3-4 days ago. They would have been sloughed, of all the beer and all the booze. But thank God, man, something flipped. I don't know what happened, past the 89th minute. It's still a blur. Any closing thoughts, boys? Go on.
Yeah. I'd just say, that's just it. Like the never dare say never attitude, to be honest. I don't know how we can keep pulling up these great escapes, but long may it live, man. Just
Yeah.
the more and the merrier. Hopefully we don't die of heart attack before they stop doing this though.
One more. We just need one more game like this. Just
Are
one.
you are you optimistic against Liverpool, Torres?
I am, because Liverpool still has games to play in their domestic league, and
Yeah.
Madrid is pretty much like the only thing they have to play for is the
But do
Champions
you
League,
but do
and
you think
the
it's
only
going to
thing they
keep
have
us?
to play for is one game. So I think they will give their all in the game.
But if you flip the argument, do you think that we would be rusty a bit because we wouldn't be going all in for games? We would just take the foot off the gas and rest for a month and then go into this high intensity final head on.
I mean, if we won the league sooner, or
Since we won the league, there's nothing to play for. He'll be
yeah,
rotating so much and whatnot. Would we be feeling rusty come 27th of May?
I think the next 2 or 3 games we have left is it's like it's a good occasion to use your players, and especially see what else Rodrygo can do, especially him, because I want to see if him and Vinicius can do something else other than what they've done so far. Because every game we see a new thing Rodrygo can do in the last couple of weeks, and I think he'll only improve in the last month, especially with the performance he had today. Because I said it in the last podcast, this is the type of games that young players need. Like this, exactly what he did today. He will remember this night for the rest of his life. So I think the next game will be crucial for Rodrygo, especially for him. And
Especially
it's
to
his
keep it
first
going.
time, I think, in the Champions League final.
Yeah, yeah. All these people, man. Vinicius,
Yeah.
Rodrygo, Mendy, and all the kids. But Farooq, I just wanted to quickly ask you. So, should we be giving Liverpool the same respect we did Man City? In my opinion, in my humble opinion, they're much more efficient than Man City. Yes, but they are an inferior side to City. What do you think, Farooq?
So the thing is this, actually, I actually genuinely believe what you just said, like they're a more efficient team than City. And I actually, for that reason, I genuinely believe we should give Liverpool much more respect. Because the thing is this, like, if anyone who watches Liverpool knows this, Liverpool are a team of moments. They have a 15-minute spell and they bury you in 15 minutes and you can come back. Even in their games against City, like City almost always outplay them, but they just get like a 5-10 minute spells and they score 2-3 goals and that's just it. The game is done. You get the
That's
point.
Madrid. That's also Real Madrid.
But the point is, to be honest, like if we're to be honest with ourselves, like right now we can't match the intensity that Liverpool provides. That's just the truth, you understand? And if we give a chance for Liverpool to have a 10-15 minute spell, you saw the chances that City were missing in the first leg in England. Liverpool will score 5. Liverpool will literally score all 5-6 chances without any care, you understand?
But
And the
you
point
can't
is,
deny the fact that we said all this all the way through. We said this, we can't match the intensity. We wouldn't stand a chance against the press. They'll
but
blow
what
us
I'm saying
away.
is this, right now, like the point is that City can miss chances, you know. Chelsea don't have finishers to finish, you understand? Like Paris is not even a team, like with all due respect, I don't know. But like really, like Liverpool is a really, really efficient team. I think if you guys see the game against Villarreal as well, you can see what happened. Liverpool were out of the game for like 15 minutes or whatever. And all of a sudden it's a change and Luis Diaz comes on and all of a sudden, yeah, okay, Rulli made mistakes and whatever. But in the space of 2-3 minutes, like the game it changed entirely. You get the point. So like while we have the clutch moments, to be honest, like if we give up chances, today also we give up chances, to be honest. Like when we give up chances to Mane and Salah, you know, to be honest, these guys are just monsters, man. They smell bloods and they just, you know, they don't really care about. And that's the thing, you know, unlike City, where like you have to get the perfect goal with 1,000 passes and what is not. Like for Liverpool, it's just one ball from Alexander-Arnold to Robertson and Robertson across the face of goal, and it's just one stop, it's a goal. That's just it. They don't, you know, play too much detailed stuff. And to be honest, anyone who has seen Thiago of late knows that Thiago is in the form of his life.
He is.
Like nullifying Alcantara is going to be very important. So I think, in my opinion, really, I actually do highly rate in a one-off game. If you were to ask me to choose a team in England, I would always choose Liverpool ahead of City, Chelsea, and whatever. So that's why I feel like, you know, and also they have this thing on their mind right now, like, you know, with the actually, you know, like in a kind of sense, like the defeat against Madrid in Kiev was like the springboard for all the success they have right now. Because, you know, like they lost Salah in the game and it was a crushing defeat. Like they didn't play bad actually, but it was just 2 mistakes by Karius and the game was all over, you know, and the wonder goal from Bale. So they have this kind of revenge on their mind, like, okay, like we have to, you know, take back
these
from
guys.
these
Again, last night I was watching the post-match show on BT Sport. He was with Rio, Steve McManaman and the lot. So asking him, he said, you know, like I would prefer Madrid.
I saw that Mo Salah said that. Yeah, so he has a advantage against that.
Egyptian king, you know. Now's the time to prove yourself. You know, like your fans tell us, Lord, he's better than Henry. You know, let's see it now. You know, it's time. It's time he steps up. But yeah, man, another crazy game await us in Paris.
Yeah,
I hope another record to break. The last time we lost a final was in Paris against Liverpool. You know, 1981. 30, 40 years out later, you know, we have a chance to rewrite history again. So yeah, Doris, any final thoughts before we go?
Hala Madrid. That's the only thing I gotta say. What a game, man. What a game.
Absolutely.
We're in the final.
Exactly. We are in the final. That's the key.
We are in the final.
We are in the finals. Yeah. Against all odds, by the way. Against all odds, we are in the finals.
It was one of the most craziest, toughest run of fixtures anybody could ever get.
Yeah.
I don't think
Inter,
if we,
PSG, Chelsea, and then City. If we count Inter.
if we manage to pull this off, I don't think anybody can match this feat. This is extraordinary,
Yeah.
especially the United side with people on their last legs. They are not the Madrid side. The years gone by. So,
when we win this, do you think this will be probably like one of, if not the craziest run of all time?
Yeah, absolutely.
It has to be. Like
Has to
every
be.
single fixture was like someone made a movie about this.
Absolutely.
Someone should make a movie about this.
I would consider this akin to the craziest Christopher Nolan screenplays out there. Like for me, his Prestige is one of the greatest thrillers that I've seen. This would outdo Prestige. This would outdo Inception. This is that mad. This will take at least a couple of days for me to contemplate.
Yeah.
But then, man, we are that pantomime villain that never goes away.
Yeah.
People try to sweat us away. People try to mock us. People try to consider us entitled, but we never say die.
Yes.
Hala Madrid.
Hala Madrid.
Hala Madrid.